Good afternoon, everyone. Today, let us revise the first chapter of your NCERT textbook, Fundamentals of Human Geography. Now, let me present my screen. So this is the first chapter, Human Geography, Nature and Scope of your NCERT textbook, Fundamentals of Human Geography. We have already studied about the meaning, about the nature and the scope of geography in class 11. Okay. In the chapter 1 of your textbook, Fundamentals of Physical Geography, and in that we learned that there are two main divisions, or branches of geography, that is physical geography, and another one is human geography. And here in this chapter we shall mainly discuss about the meaning, nature and the scope of human geography. So let us read. So here, if you read this first paragraph, you'll find that geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical and practical. Okay, so geography as a field of study, geography as a subject, is integrative. We learned that geography is the mother of all sciences. It synthesizes all the other important disciplines. Okay, and its approach is also empirical. Do you remember the meaning of the word empirical? Empirical means this derived from experiment or observation rather than theory. Okay, empirical means based on experiment or based on field observation. Okay, so geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical and practical. And we also know that the art, okay, the art comprises two major components. The first one is nature. We also call it physical environment, and the life forms. Okay, life forms, including another one is these life forms including human beings. So we have two components. The first one is nature, another one is culture. Okay, nature here refers to physical environment, and another one is culture, that is life forms including human beings. Okay, and here the meaning of human geography is given here. Human geography studies the relationship between the physical or natural environment and the human worlds, the spatial distribution of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world. So it means that human geography studies the relationship between physical environment and human beings. Okay, it studies the relationship between natural environment and human beings and their spatial distributions, how they come about, that is about their origin and about their social and economic differences, okay, between different parts of the world. So this is the meaning of physical geography. And we know that the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as the home of human beings and to study all those elements which they have sustained them. So the main thrust, the core concern of geography as a subject is to learn to understand the earth as the home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. All those elements here means all those physical elements, all those natural resources which sustain the human beings. So this is the main thrust of or the subject matter of this human geography. And then means emphasis is on the study of nature and the human beings. In human geography, we study about the relationship between nature and the human beings. In many cases, we find that geography got subjected to dualism. And see, what do you mean by this word dualism? Actually, dualism is the doctrine that reality consists of two basic opposing elements. Twofold, dualism means twofold. That reality consists of two basic opposite elements. And many a times this geography got subjected to dualism. And the wide-ranging debate started whether geography as a discipline should be a law-making or theorizing, that is nomothetic, or descriptive, or that is ideographic. Sometimes we used to debate whether geography as a discipline should be a law-making subject or a descriptive one. See here, nomothetic Nomothetic means relating to or involving the search of or for abstract universal principles. Okay, nomothetic means relating to or involving the search for abstract universal principles, to find the abstract universal principles. Ideographic means involving the study of individuals, description of something. Whether geography should be treated as a law-making subject or a descriptive subject is a wide debate. Okay, or whether its subject matter should be organized and the approach of the study should be regional or systematic. Okay, sometimes geography is divided into this regional one and the systematic one. Okay, regional approach or systematic approach. Do you remember what do you mean by regional approach and what do you mean by systematic approach? We have already learned in class 11 also about the approaches to the study of geography. Okay, we have learned about regional approach and the systematic approach. So what do you mean by regional approach? So in the regional approach, okay, let me remind you, in the regional approach, the world is divided into a region at different hierarchical levels, and then all the geographical phenomena in a particular region are studied, and after that we try to find unity in diversity. See, let us consider this diagram. So in the case of regional approach, okay, in case of regional approach, suppose this is the globe. Okay, so in the regional approach, the world is divided into different regions. See, so we are dividing the world into a different region like this, and after dividing the world into different regions, then we select a particular region. Okay, and we study all the geographical phenomena within this particular region. And after that, here also, okay, this is another region, And after analyzing the geographical phenomena, okay, of all the regions, then we try to find unity in diversity. So this is what I call regional approach. Okay. And for the systematic approach, see, first of all, a phenomena is studied world over as a whole, and then identification of typologies or spatial patterns is done. For example, if we want to study about natural vegetation of the world, then study will be done at the world level first as the first step, and typologies such as equatorial rainforest or softwood coniferous forest or monsoon forest, etc., will be identified, discussed, and delimited. Okay, so in the systematic approach, the whole world is studied first of all. Then after that, this identification of typologies or spatial pattern is done. For example, in this case, we are going to study the natural vegetation. Okay, and first, say we study the natural vegetation for the whole world. After that, we try to find out the differences. Okay, we try to find out the differences. So after finding out the differences, okay, we have to make boundaries. Okay, we have to delineate in this way. Okay, after finding out the differences, we have got that some areas occupied by the equatorial rainforest, some areas by softwood coniferous forest, some areas by monsoon forest. Okay, and after identifying all these reasons, we have to delineate it in this way. And this is what I call systematic approach. Okay. Okay, are you clear? Any question from your side? Remember, in systematic approach, the whole world is studied. Okay, as a first step, and after that we try to find out the differences, dissimilarities, and after finding out the dissimilarities, so we make boundaries, we make regions. And for the regional approach, first we have to divide the whole world into different regions. After dividing the world into different regions, so we have to study the geographical phenomena, okay, of that particular regions, of those particular regions. Then we try to find out the similarities and try to unify the whole region into one. So that is what I call regional approach. Okay. Remember, we are discussing about the dualism. Okay, dualism, whether geography should be treated as a law-making subject or a descriptive subject, whether geography should be treated as a regional one or systematic one, or whether geographical phenomena be interpreted theoretically or through historical institutional approach. Okay, so these have been issues for intellectual exercises, but finally you will appreciate that the dichotomy between the physical and the human is not a very valid one, because nature and the human are inseparable elements and should be seen holistically. Okay, dichotomy means being twofold, dualism. Okay, a classification into two opposed parts, that is called dichotomy. So the division of geography into physical geography and the human geography is not a valid one, because nature and the human are inseparable elements. That means nature and the human beings are very closely related, and the nature and the human beings must be seen holistically. Okay, in a holistic manner, that is emphasizing the functional relation between parts and the whole. Means there is a very close relationship between nature and the human beings that we cannot separate the two elements. and that is why the dichotomy between physical geography and human geography is not valid. Okay, see here, both physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from human anatomy. Okay, when we describe the earth surface, different phenomena of the earth, we use symbols from the human anatomy, what we call metaphors. Say for example, we often talk of a face of the earth, that is a surface of the earth. Here we are using a word face. Okay, a part of human body. Then eye of the storm. See, when we discuss about these hurricanes, cyclones, say for example, eye of the storm, eye of the hurricane, okay, eye of the cyclone. So in this way we use these organs of the human beings. Then mouth of the river. Okay, when we describe about the works of river, then courses of river, we use mouth. Okay, for example, mouth of the river, that is the end of a river. Okay, mouth of a river. Then snout, that is the nose of a glacier. Snout, that is nose of a glacier, the terminal point of a glacier, the melting the melting area of a glacier. Snout. I think you are seeing these glaciers here, and this is the terminal point of the glacier. So this is what we call snout of the glacier. So in this way we use these organs of the human being to describe the earth's surface. Likewise, neck of the isthmus. Okay, neck, you know, isthmus is a piece of land, is a narrow strip of land connecting two big land masses. See, this is isthmus of this North America and South America. Okay, Panama Isthmus. Neck of the isthmus. Then profile of the soil, that is the layers of the soil. Okay, profiles of the soil, soil profile, profile of the soil. So in this way, when we describe the surface of the earth, the works of the earth, okay, we use these symbols, we use organs of the human body. Similarly, regions, villages, towns have been described as organisms. We know that in due course of time, villages and the towns, okay, cities grow. When population increases, then the size of the village increases, then towns also increases. In this way, we are comparing, okay, these villages, towns and cities as organisms, okay, as a living organism. Then German geographers describe a state or country as a living organism. Okay, likewise, networks of roads, railways, waterways have been described as the arteries of circulation. That means lifelines. Okay, lifelines. So road networks, railway networks, then waterways of a country have been often described as the arteries of circulation. Okay, through these networks, goods and services are flowing, just like the flowing of blood in our human body, and in that way we are survived. And okay, it is like this for a country also. The movement of goods and services is needed for the development of the country, and that is why networks of road, railways and the waterways have been often described as the arteries of circulation. And ultimately we have known that we cannot separate nature and human beings, because human beings and nature are so intricately intertwined, okay, very closely related. Are you clear? Any question? Okay, then let us proceed. Human geography define. So definition of human geography given here in this box. Let us read. Human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and earth surface. So this definition is given by Rajel. Okay, Friedrich Rajel. Here he gave this definition. Okay, he is Friedrich Rajel, and according to him, human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human beings and the earth surface. Here synthesis has been emphasized in the above definition. Then another definition. Okay, we have another definition here. Human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. So this is the definition given by Ellen C. Sample, Miss Ellen C. Sample. Okay, she is Ellen C. Sample, an American geographer. Okay, and according to Ellen C. Sample, human geography is the study of changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. Human beings are also dynamic. Okay, and earth surface is also unstable. It is constantly changing. The surface of the earth is also changing. Human beings have been changing. So the study of relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth is human geography. Okay, so here dynamism is the relationship. In the relationship is the key word. Dynamism in the relationship is the key word in Sample's definition. Dynamism means changing. Okay, changing constantly. And see, surface of the earth has also been changing. Human beings, the behaviors, the technology, and the culture and everything has been changing, and that is why the study of changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth, okay, is called human geography. Then we have one more definition, that is the conception resulting from a more synthetic knowledge of the physical laws and laws governing our earth and of the relations between the living beings which inhabit it. So this is the definition given by Paul Vidal de la Blache, okay, a French geographer. Okay, he gave this definition. This is Paul Vidal de la Blache. And so according to him, human geography offers a new conception of interrelationship between the earth and the human beings. So in all the definition, you will find a common word, that is relationship. Okay, relationship here, relationship, then relation or relationship. That means human geography is the study of relationship between the nature and these human beings. Okay. Next we have this nature of human geography. We have known that this human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment created by human beings through natural mutual interaction with each other. So human beings and nature have been interacting. Okay, and the study of this interrelationship between the physical environment and this human being is what we call human geography. Okay, as given here, human geography studies the interrelationship between physical environment. Physical environment here refers to these mountains, then forests, sunshine, rainfall, okay, animals, water bodies. These are examples. And socio-cultural environment created by the human beings. That means culture. Human beings, after using the natural resources, created culture. That is, for example, we have these our houses, then cities, villages, ports. We have satellites in the space. Okay, all these are these materials of culture created by the human beings. Okay, as see here, we have already learned about the elements of physical environment. So what are the elements of physical environment? Just try to recollect our memory. So the elements of physical environment are these landforms, different types of landforms, okay, mountain, plains, plateaus, valleys, coastal areas, then soils, climate, water, natural vegetation, diverse flora and fauna, different types of plants and animals. So all these are elements of physical environment. Okay, then after that, what we are doing, houses, villages, cities, road rail networks, industries, farm, ports, items of our daily use, and all other elements of material culture have been created by human beings using the resources provided by physical environment. Okay, so in this way, human beings are interacting with the environment and creating the culture. Okay, so some elements of the material culture created by human beings are houses, then villages, cities, okay, then networks of road and railways, then industries, then farms, ports, okay, resorts, then items of our daily use. These are some of the examples, okay, some of the examples of the elements of material culture created by the human beings after interacting, after using the resources provided by the nature, provided by the physical environment. Okay, so this is about the nature of the human geography. Remember, human geography studies the interrelationship between physical environment and human being. Clear or not? Any question? Roshan, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.